He'll have the Soul Ring. And now it's too hard for Sven to farm in the lane.
This is the position. Lil starts with the Nightmare. They go Troll Trap as well as the Mud Golems to have multiple stuns. The Nightmare maybe taken off a little bit too early, but it'll still be first blood. Going the way of Virtus Pro. Even when they're being watched like an absolute hawk, they're still able to find that opening and kill off the Death Prophet.
Yeah, it's but he also needs the sustainability in the lane, so it's just a no-brainer to go for the...
This is going to be an easy kill coming back, or will it? Lil? Yep, he'll be frostbitten down, the rolling bolted down too. Where's your extra stun? With the kick, it's there from Z-Freak. This Earthspur has just got everything they require with the extra body block. Lil, he could potentially deny up the rune, but he decides to let it sit there while middle lane, the charge is going on top of Limp. He needs to get that Spirit Siphon happening, and they will actually have enough for Phobos in way too deep under the tower. Hans gets here and go for the Frostbite. God has to drop the hammer, and Hans doesn't have enough mana for the extra stun. God with his haste rune can't be juked around the tree lines. Swindles the Darkseer now. He's a man with no stun. FNG might be able to add a little bit more pressure here, but he's lost vision around the side of the tree lines, and the Troll Trap can't come out.
Great start for G by all means, but they also need it because there is a free farming lone grid on the other side.
And you see Complexity also making this movement nice and early. They understand the VP on the end of this nighttime phase is probably going to want to try and kill off Chessie, get some kind of opening, and Z-Freak has already moved to try and counter that. Don't die, Swings. He's good. Middle lane, Limp getting aggressive over on Lil. Hans is going to come in. The kick is a long one. Catching out two. God so low. The Spirit Siphon does so much work. FNG also in the world of hurt. They pull him back for the silence. One more attack is all that's required. And in comes Chessie. The Lone Druid has arrived. Lil being revealed in the tree lines thanks to the Nova. The Bear may go down here, but it still doesn't matter. Lil can't get himself out of this one. The kick from Z-Freak straight between the posts. And Complexity really doing some damage here in the mid. Down there, everyone's at 5, including the Chen. And maybe this gank can even work. The Observer Ward has been down for so long, and they're gonna see her Horse is actually a new one there. So you actually kill off the Chen, kill off the Sven. Up on top lane, you do lose the Earth Spirit, but you're willing to take that trade.
Just death though, he will be kept down.
Are they gonna get Courier as well? There's no vision for the Courier, so Swindle's just creep skipping it out. And it forces Lil to fight underneath his own tower. With 4 heroes here from Complexity, not only do they want to take out the Bane nice and quickly, which they will do so, Havor's going to come in and Limp. This is exorcism time. They're going to get their team fight as well. Havors and Phobos are the only 2 players down here for Virtus Pro. Stranded away with no creep wave, even under their tier 1 tower, they won't survive because this is a Death Prophet. You cannot beat that, and they may go for more. God, the kick will fly through. Z-Freak, they get the follow-up silence from Limp. They need to get a little bit close. There's no Spirit Siphon available, but maybe if they can get that bear close enough, Z-Freak turns on the Magnetize, throw down a rock as well. There's your Frostbite from Hanskin. A defensive imprisonment will be coming out. FNG here to help out too, but God, he's back and fully surrounded by Complexity. There's just no way to run from this one. Even with the Wild Wing down, Limp is actually just going to end up helping to kill off the Wild Wing Ripper. So FNG can't even keep his army up at the moment.
I think Virtus Pro definitely overestimating just how...
timings for pushes.
Yeah, and all they need to do is to continue this. This is going to be a great pickup if they can get Swindles here. They will be able to get him on this. There's like 4 TP support in.
He's still got the mech. Well, okay. Cancel the Nether Strike, the back. Okay. That almost felt like a little bit of a scramble, and you can see the lack of synergy there for Virtus Pro. Like, they weren't 100% certain who should be casting what to end that fight, and we also have to keep that in mind. Havors is a stand-in for VB. He hasn't had time, even though he may have played with a lot of these guys before, especially FNG back in these Na'Vi days. Rest of the heroes. Like, this can be the other reason why you put the Aegis Immortal over on God. Because then, okay, God becomes this guy on the front lines, and he forces you to attack into him, and this will let Sven do his own little thing. Looks like, whoops, bottom lane. There
this is the thing that Complexity can't allow themselves right now. They can't allow themselves right now. They can't split up like this against... Like, they can't cross the river line, basically, when you're playing up against a Spirit Breaker. And the only thing that Virtus Pro needs to do is just get one pick off.
He's so low. Z-Freak gonna ball himself in. Limp rotated around from the side. And Lone Druid will find that kill.
So, yeah, Virtus Pro knowing what they needed to do, capitalizing on the fact that Swindle got caught out.
It's really smart play from them. Really smart play. Complexity gives them an opportunity, and they really take it.
Immediately sees on it.
And they're looking at top lane. Here comes your charge forward. Lil's got Fiend's Grip available, and he just lets it go over on Chessie. Chessie's bear is absent from this, so Chessie will drop.
It's right. They know what's going on in their own jungle. Do we need to go there? Do we need to worry? No, they don't. we can make things happen in the Dire jungle instead. And it's really, you know, you don't expect this from a top 6 major team to be.
Oh wow, Hanskin, he got scouted out. Nice back to a 3-man wall. Vorst still wants to try and finish off this Crystal Maiden, but they're gonna lose out their OD. The Aegis Immortal will expire, and for some reason VP have 3 heroes. They're just chasing down a bloody Crystal Maiden. They will get that kill, but in the meantime they lose the OD, they lose the Chen. The imprisonment will bring them back to the world as real. As Complexity, how far away can you get? They're not going to be able to catch anybody else from VP. That felt really weird.
What a clusterfuck, too. The bottom lane is mostly pushed out, so they will know that Complexity is up to no good.
The Radiance is on him now. The kick will fly through, and Vorst, they try and protect him. And, well, there will be a defensive nightmare. God as well with the imprisonment. This will actually buy the blink for Vorst, but no, the back timing is perfect here for Complexity.
And even better is that the Dire side is pussy.
But it's difficult to re-establish a vision. Like, Complexity took out all your tier 1 and tier 2 towers. You don't really have great vision anywhere apart from, well, that ward will do it. The Observe ward over on the Dire shop, and then maybe the space with the Magnetites. VP, 3-man pulled in. Hanskin will drop the ulti, letting it go all over a Vorst. Entangled up as well by Jesse. Z-Freak so low in a Vorst. Can't even finish the job. They had the vision. They fought up to the high ground, but they didn't properly walk up the stairs. Now God triggers his BKB. He'll drop the hammer, killing off the lone druid. Finally, he'll break free of the entangled limbs. He also have to keeping Phobos out of the charge. The OD imprisonment is there. And come back out of it, Swindles, to a death. So you do lose a Vorst, but thanks to the efforts here of God, VP do not have like a really bad engagement. In fact, they're in a good position to take that tier 2 tower in mid. They know the Observer Ward got dewarded, and that's the gem of Hanskin. And then they plan a very obvious Radiant Observer Ward. They're gonna go in and start on Roshan. Now, Lone Druid comes forward, actually uses the Myers to help get rid of one of the Chen creeps. And now all Swindles. The fact he only caught out Gods, he gets Fiend script up himself. He can't even get the Greaves off. Swindles will go down with no effect in this fight, of course. He's just doing as much damage as possible, almost killing off Z-Freak. They cannot reach the death drop, but the Yulsep are keeping Limp out of the fight. Hans is letting it go, but he's a little bit too far away from the fight, and there's your ulti, but it's not enough from God. Complexity, this ability this time is stronger for them, and there's one last remaining player here from VP. It's Phobos trying to charge himself away. They don't have a kick, they don't have a control, so Phobos will survive.
And I think Virtus.pro actually played that almost as well as they could. They immediately realized that this was the perfect setup for the Darkseer. They spread out, they
keeping his eyes open. Is VP even capable of doing this when they don't have their big ultimates?
I don't think so, no. I think this is...
We're going to find out. They're trying it. Pavort is committing. He triggered Godstring. Swindles is waiting for the blink to come in. His Greaves just came back off cooldown. And there it is, the back to a 4-man wall. The kick came through, but God got a great ulti off. FNG also with the mech. Can't hand of God. Now he can. But no, he's already on the sideline. God gets entangled up. Pavort is chasing out. You've at least managed to get Chessie out of the play by Lil getting that Fiend's grip off. And now Savage Roar's going to break him free. Let's go back to Avort as well. It's got the 2-big cause. Avort can't do the damage. God has to defensively protect himself with that imprisonment. Swindles is waiting for him to arrive, unable to catch him out, however, as Phobos, he'll be frostbitten down. That's the primary focus here of Complexity. God, he wants to survive. He's turning around this double damage route. He will pick it up. Luckily, he doesn't get entangled, but still, the ball comes forward from Z-Freak. Where's that rock? Where's that throw? God, he's actually glimmer caped up to the tree line. Imprisonment. Can he TP out? Do they see it? Does the bear see it? Does Chessie see it? Oh, nope. It actually just bought in time to blink up, and now the bear is there, but Swindles a split second too late. Exactly the same thing on their side of the river.
You can also see the desperation right now from Pavort, trying to be as cost efficient as he possibly can, buying up a Blades of Attack.
He just needed something.
I mean, I hope he's going for... I don't know. Armlet might not be a half bad thing either.
The bear, Swindles comes in again, another 1-man back wall. They want God. Where's that BKB? Now it gets triggered. They need to kill off Limp with the charge back. Limp, he's speed script up as well. They can hold him in position and do the damage. Even when Hanskin just lets it go on the back line, it's not having any real effect apart from actually no FNG caught in the edge of it over on the river. Pavort wants to still keep battling, getting a little bit of cleave off. But where is it? There's the OD ulti to come down. Swindles, God, he's got 50 stolen intelligence, making 55. They're looking for more. The blink that gets off cooldown for God in 2 seconds time. They'll slow down Z-Freak. He goes for the kick for VP. Nicely split up, and God will keep with it. Wait, Z-Freak, no! He actually did it! He TP'd himself back out again. The Crystal Maiden will get picked off on the bottom lane. After killing off a Voss, they traded 1-for-1. Phobos is moving over for the champ to pick that one up, but man, Z-Freak...
It's just the counter initiation from Complexity is a lot better than their actual initiation. They would really want VP to do the initiation.
Here's the smoke movement. Voss is missing though. He's not here with the rest of his team. He's pushing up mid, so this is technically a 4v5. The Hex is out. Z-Freak instantly hexed out. Will he actually survive through this? God, he's going to start stealing this intel and become a big danger zone here. They Lotus Orb actually over on the Baron Swindles. That's a nice ultimate. FNG, a little caught in it. Hanskin, the perfect call, but now got his hero Voss as well. He comes in late and he's entangled. The Void lost the Aegis to the Immortal. There's going to be the respawn up now for God, but he comes back with no stolen intelligence. It's a triple kill for Chessie. They're just going ham, and Phobos can't stop it. It's an ultra kill for the lone druid of Chessie. Complexity now can push and take their second lane of Rax. There's not enough buyback left on the cause.
What we just talked about, CoL's dream scenario is counter initiation. It really wasn't the Earth Spirit that they wanted to give up, but it'll do, right? Death probably gets all the space in the world to just wreak havoc on the lineup of Virtus Pro, and more importantly, Darkseid gets off everything.
Yeah.
And VP commits so much time from all their damage on the heroes that matters less, I'd say. Hanskin actually managed to glimmer away and stand with a half-decent ultimate, I guess. It didn't really hit all that much, so the Crystal Maiden wasn't a big factor in this fight, but Limp, most importantly. The reason why they've won fights handedly is when the Death Prophet is alive, and the reason why Virtus Pro has been in the game this long is because they've managed to kill her in some of the fights.
Yeah. But this time around, it just doesn't happen, and Chessie, he went big, got a huge amount of money, and they've got Megas against Virtus Pro. This is so difficult for VP to try and come back. Like, they need some kind of glimmer of hope. This may actually be a little bit of it. If Phobos can get that Nether Strike off Z-Freak, he's already balled himself away. Better from Phobos. So Swindles! He got the Lotus Orb off, but it actually ended up perching off the stun by the looks of it. So he breaks free, and now, God, he comes in. The BKB triggered. This could be a great engagement right now for Virtus Pro. Hanskin blinked himself up on top of the cliffside under protection of BKB. Just lets that ulti go down. Z-Freak, however, well, maybe with the Magnetize, he can buy himself a little bit of space, but God, he's back online. He still has the Eclipse of Well, they nightmare over on Hanskin. The Observer Board gave the vision here for Virtus Pro. But they've lost a Voss, but really, what value has been lost until Swindles? He gets a big back, God throws the ulti out, desperation. He's gonna lose FNG as well. A big jump, and there it is. Good game, well played. Game number 1 will go the way of the Americans to each compilation team as they go 1-up in this best-of-3 quarterfinal of Dota Pit.
Crucial items that they needed early enough for them to sustain through the mid game and into the late